Not in Anaheim.
And did JMMI pay for them?
I think so. I'm not sure. I don't think. I usually, when I go on a vacation, the ministry give me a vacation bonus, and it comes out of that. So.
A vacation bonus, and I don't see that reported as income anywhere in your tax return.
Well, I mean, you got to go to the people who handle that. They can explain.
You don't know anything about your own finances?
Not a lot. I have professionals take care of that, and people who know about nonprofit business. So, but I can assure you, I'm not doing anything illegal.
Well,
everything we have is open, so it's nothing to hide. You can see everything we have on our papers.
I'm not sure that your conclusion is accurate.
Well, that's your opinion.
Right.
That's your opinion.
Did Debbie Frazier go on either of the Disney resort trips?
Not that I remember. I don't.
You don't remember? You said there's 4 people and you can't remember who they are.
I mean, it's been a while, and I have different people who will go, so I don't remember actually, but I know I had a group with me.
Do you go to Disney resorts every year?
Not every year, no.
But mostly?
No. Honestly, I hadn't been to Disney World in before this time, and probably, I don't know, maybe 3 years, 4, 5, something like that. So
where was the meeting that you had in Anaheim?
It was in Anaheim.
Where? And what organization or whatever?
I can't remember exactly where that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, on September 6th, 2013, JMMI wrote a check to Charter Place for $1,350 with the memo line recording it as T. Taylor's rent. Is JMMI paying rent for your ex-wife, Tabitha?
No, I don't know what that is. I can't answer that.
You have no idea why $1,350
No.
would be paid and it would be marked rent?
No.
There are actually several monthly payments, October, November, et cetera, that same year, made to Charter Place with the same notation.
Mm-hmm. I'm not quite sure. You probably have to ask Michelle about that.
Does Tabitha work in your ministry?
No.
But somehow her rent's being paid?
I don't know about that. No, we don't do that, I'm sure.
Who would T. Taylor be made for?
I'm not sure. You probably need to ask the financial advisors about that.
Well, let me show you canceled checks we've received. It's from JMMI Ministries, Charter Place, $1,350, September 6, 2008. It's marked, 2013. And it's marked in the memo line, T. Taylor's rent.
Okay.
And who is this person's signature on that account?
That's a lady who's died recently, but she was with us for many years, Marion France.
Marion France?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
When did she die?
It was last year, I think. I'm not sure the exact date, but...
Did she obviously had signatory authority on this check? Mm-hmm. A checking account?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then... That's different, okay. Then there's a September 10th, 2013 check. $1,600 rent for Michelle Brannon. Mm-hmm. And I'll show you this one. Mm-hmm. You can tell in the memo line is for Michelle and it's $1,600. Okay. Is JMMI paying Michelle's rent?
I really can't answer to what this line of financing was for. So you know, you may see one thing but not know what's really happening. So it'd be better to ask Michelle and the financial, those who deal with the finances.
So you're saying that you don't watch over the finances at all, that you do not look at to see who's receiving money properly or improperly?
It's not true. I have a firm. My way of looking is having a professional firm.
Who's
and
that?
An accountant to do that. Ex Michelle, she knows.
You don't know who the firm is?
I think I know their name, but I don't think I have it right. So just
Well,
ask
wasn't that
her
when your
about
dad
that.
was doing the accounting?
What you said now?
Wasn't that when your dad was doing the accounting?
What are you talking about? What are you?
During
You're
that time
confusing
period.
two things. He was doing my personal income taxes.
He didn't do JMMIs?
He may have. I'm not sure around that time, but I also had firms or accountants.
What do you think you're not the name of the firm? What do you think it is?
No, hold on. So how many different firms have you had using your, or preparing your financial information?
I can't answer. I don't know.
Michelle handles that. You have to answer
Yes.
yourself. Okay, on November 4th, 2013, JMMI made a purchase of $9,560 from Amini's Galleries in St. Louis, which is a store that specializes in pool tables and game rooms and jukeboxes. What was that purchase for?
I'm not sure. You probably need to ask.
You have no
Michelle.
idea?
You probably need to ask Michelle. I don't know. Yeah, I can't remember what that's about.
I mean, that's just about a year ago. Did anything come into any of your buildings that was a pool table or something resembling that?
No, we didn't buy a pool table.
You didn't buy a pool table?
No.
Did you buy a jukebox or ping pong or?
No.
You can't, a $9,000 expenditure?
And you can't go by, you know, just the name of a company that sounds like it's a jukebox, because it could be something else they have in there that could serve ministry purpose or whatever whatever's
Like, give me an
happening.
example.
I don't know.
You don't know what $10,000 would be spent on?
I have confidence in very integral people with our finances, so I trust them. So you would have to ask them.
So anybody on the board could authorize that kind of purchase and sign the check?
Not anyone, only those who have the power to sign checks.
And who are they?
I don't know. I've shared with you. I don't know. Ex Michelle.
You have no idea?
No. I know I'm one of them.
And you know Michelle's one of them?
Yes.
Anybody else that you know of?
No.
So Michelle would have complete discretion to spend almost $10,000 on something?
If she knew, she ran it by the board.
But you don't even know who's on the board. You can't tell me who's on the board.
Like I share with you, that you can ask all this information and they'll share what you want to know. But I have a process that people go through before they spend large sums of money.
Okay, but you don't know what it is.
Yes,
know
I
what the
do. They
process-
go through the board.
All right,
Things
you're
are
on the
approved.
board.
Yes, I am on the
So
board.
wouldn't that have been run through you?
Not smaller purchases like that.
Not a $10,000 purchase, that's small?
No, the board can handle that kind of purchase. They can decide if that's wise or not.
Does it take a board meeting to decide that?
I don't understand if it would take a board meeting the way you're thinking of. Maybe they can have a phone conference, or if they are not all together. Because
Right.
this is a traveling ministry, so we are always on the go. So
All right, so how many people are on the board? How many people does it take to have a phone call with?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I've told you I don't know the accurate amount. Instead of saying something, I'm telling you I don't know.
All right, so when you're on a phone call during a board meeting, you have no idea how many people are on the other end of the phone?
I don't actually. I don't at that time. I don't know. I don't at. Well, you have to go through the right. I don't know if we've ever come up with any kind of process like that, other than credibility, you know. far as myself and anybody who is qualified.
What does that
to
mean,
do
anybody
something.
that's qualified?
Yeah, you have to qualify to be able to do ministry work. I mean, on that level. So.
But tell me what that means. You have
Well,
to
I mean,
qualify.
to be an administrator, to be a head in the ministry.
So how does one do that? I asked what the process was, and you don't know.
Well, I mean, first of all, I need to know their credentials and what they've done in the past.
So do you review every applicant for the board?
Of course.
Do they make a written application?
Yes, and I don't know all the process. I don't know everything because I've stopped handling a lot of that over the years. So I have other people to handle those things for me. So I can't answer a lot of these questions.
So you don't know how many are on the board or how you get to be on the board?
I know the process. I know kind of what we look for, but right now, because I am so busy and I can't do all of the internal stuff, that's why I hired Michelle as an executive to handle this. And she was an executive at Weatherford.
She was what?
She was an executive for other companies before she came, or a good administrator. So I hired her to handle.
Okay, but don't you have, as CEO, and your name's kind of associated with this, aren't you concerned that there could be people that taking advantage of the money in the ministry?
Well, that's why I have CPAs and accountants who we hire firms outside of the ministry to go through the money to make sure that it's not happening. You can find out from Michelle.
Who does that?
Yeah.
And so
it's not that I'm not giving you information, like Rick is saying. I'm telling you where you can get it from.
You don't know the number of board members. You don't know who they are.
As you get bigger in ministry, like what I do, you don't handle all of that. I'm a preacher. I focus on the spiritual aspect of the ministry, and I have professionals who do the professional aspect.
And that includes, that's Michelle almost exclusively, isn't it?
She's part of it. So
it doesn't bother you that Michelle can write herself a check for her rent and not clear it with you?
That's not the way things go. That's not.
Well,
you can.
We got a
you can
check
say
for her rent.
But that's what you're trying to say. You're falsifying information.
No, okay. Let's stop right there.
No.
If you're saying I'm falsifying information,
That's what you're doing.
I'll pull the check. Give me the check. And
Just because you can pull a check don't mean you're giving the right information. You're lying about that. What
I'm lying about something?
Just because that's there don't mean your opinion is a lie. So what I'm saying,
my opinion is a lie.
Go to her and find out what it's about. Don't show me the check again. I already saw it.
So you're saying I am lying that this says...
No.
She's not lying.
Well, no, I'm not saying that you're lying about this on here. I'm saying that your opinion is a lie.
My opinion is nothing other than a check was written for Michelle's rent.
You just gave a connotation that, so you're saying she can just write out a check for herself and do this? That ain't how we operate. So what I'm saying to you, go and find out. I can't tell you all the details.
You can't tell me how it operates.
I can't tell you all the legal stuff that they allow in the IRS for us to operate.
What are the checks and balances that you have to make sure nobody's scamming the money?
A firm, a CPA firm, who checks and audits our books.
But you don't know who they are.
I know Brown Smith and Wallace, not Brown Smith Wallace. I don't want to say. I get these names mixed up and numbers and stuff. But my thing is, I am not evading the answer. I'm telling you where you can go get it. So what I'm saying to you is accurate. So I don't go through this rigmarole with you all about this.
What I'm trying to say is, you have millions of dollars coming into this place, and you're constantly asking for money. And you can't tell me who can write checks, who can make decisions about writing checks, and how those things get authorized, or who's on the board and who decides, right?
Because I've done this for 25 years, and I've established from the ground, and I have things already put in place that I don't have to go back and check like that. Not like that. I have that system set up. So
What's
if you
the
want to know,
system?
ask the person who I have in charge.
And that's Michelle.
Exactly.
Okay, there's an October 24th, 2013 check JMMI wrote for $250,000 as a down payment for a Chesterfield home. What does that go to?
To purchase the residential center in St. Louis on 10-page.
And that came from JMMI
Yes.
funds. Is there
Yes.
a mortgage on it?
Yes.
And who holds the mortgage?
Harold Lewis.
Who's he?
He's the owner or former owner, or the person we're buying the house from.
So, but you're also, I recall you testifying that you're leasing this house, or the documents show, for $6,500 a month.
That's just a lease to own.
You don't have a lease to own.
Well, that's what our agreement is.
A lease to own?
Our original intentions is to buy the home, and that's what we're doing. And so that's the agreement,
What's the agreement?
that we're buying the home, we're purchasing the home, but we're leasing to own at this time.
That's all true, everybody. That's all true what he's saying. All right, that whole lease to buy, that was real. That was a real deal. You could do that. You have lawyers on the back end signing the contract, but before we get into everything, let's talk about the lease to own contract. That was real, okay? That really happened, and that was between him and Rick Frazier, and what he fucked off that deal. He breached the contract. That's why he got sued the first fucking time. Case number 18SL-CC02174 out of St. Louis. That's why he got sued the first time. Okay? That's why he got sued the first fucking time, everybody, is because he didn't pay the fucking bill to Harold Lewis. So Harold Lewis took him to court, drug it out for 4 years, right? Didn't pay the lawyers, gets sued again while he's being sued by movie prop rentals. Okay? So yeah, Harold Lewis, and cult members, if you're watching, we know David wasn't a criminal in this, but this criminalized him. Let's be clear about that. I want everybody, this deposition, okay? This criminalized David. He did it himself. He did it himself, everybody. He went in there trying to look like he fucking knew everything, and him sitting there, fucking smug look, like just being a shithead, answering questions when he doesn't want to. No, man. No. Let me be very clear about this. David's the one that started the investigation on himself. We didn't have to do shit. We didn't have to do shit. David did it himself, cult members. If you're watching this, David did it himself. Keep watching it for a minute, okay?
But the $250,000 is our earnest money to purchase the home.
Who's Harold Lewis in this? How do you know him?
He's the owner of the home that was trying to sell the home.
Do you have a land contract?
Yes, I think we do. Don't quote me on that. But Michelle would be the best person to answer that.
So you gave Mr. Lewis $250,000 as a down payment, and in addition to that, you pay him $6,500 a month.
Yes. The ministry pays that.
But you didn't provide us with a land contract. You provided us with a lease.
Okay, so maybe that's what that is. I can't.
I'm going to show you a residential lease for JMMI for the, how do you pronounce it?
Timpage.
Timpage property for $6,500 a month in rent beginning November 1st, 2013 and ending on January 1st, 2016. And it talks about security deposit of $6,500.
That's all my ringtones. Yeah, that's all my ringtones. I gotta check. I need to fucking change it, man. I need to change it. I do. Because it's like when I get a call, all my rings are like that. And it's like, fuck, dude, it drives me fucking crazy. I just haven't, it's a new phone. I haven't changed the rings. Okay. All right. Okay, so anybody's just tuning in, all right? If you're new to the channel, most of you guys already know this. David did try to fucking sue me at one time, okay? Now you see these 7 shitheads right down here? 8, my bad. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. This is Winners and King Associates, okay? They are a group of lawyers that represent some of the fucking scummiest prosperity ministers walking our fucking country, man. Not a lie. I don't know how big their client list is, but I do know that they represent some of these fucking scumbags, David being one of them, okay? Now, back in 2021, this letter was printed October 12th, 2021, okay? So it was what? That's 4 years ago? We're going on 5 years ago? Tornado warning. Yeah, tornado warning. And it showed up FedEx. Okay, it showed up on my doorstep. All right, first of all, that's how I got it. It wasn't in my fucking mailbox. It showed up on my motherfucking doorstep in a FedEx package. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I opened it up and I was like, oh shit, okay. Now, the channel started February 6, 2021. So let's do the math. March, April, May, June, July, August, September. 8 months. 8 months, okay? 8 months. I know you guys can't see it. Let me shut off fucking Wank and Associates here real quick. I'll bring it back up though. But right here, February 6, 2021, okay? That's when the channel started, right? What, 7, 8, 9 months later, got this on my fucking doorstep. So I think I was talking to some of the survivors. They said since 2022 or so, like, you were a real fucking pain in the ass to him. I'm like, okay. But now that I'm looking at the data, I was like, I think it was a lot quicker than that because this showed up on the door. So it says, Dear Mr. Holmes, please be advised that this law firm represents Kingdom of God Global Church, scammers. You have uploaded numerous defamatory videos concerning David E. Taylor, con artist, piece of shit, okay? Fucking money laundering fucking scammer. Bernie Madoff, let's be clear about this. Bernie Madoff would be fucking impressed with this. He'd be like, God damn, why did I think of this? Imagine Bernie Madoff being in like the fucking church or some shit, right? Imagine Bernie Madoff running a fucking scam in a church. Shit. He'd be having like, I won't even, yeah. Anyways. The above videos are uploaded for public viewing on your YouTube channel titled Apostle David E. Taylor Full Frontal Exposure and contain threats towards KOGGC employees and numerous false claims concerning the KOGGC ministry. For example, you have displayed Mr. Taylor and Miss Brandon's social security numbers. I only had David's at the time, okay? I've never had Michelle's. Believe me, if I did, it would have been on that fucking fraud report, okay? I'm not fucking scared, all right? Not scared of that. I never did anything illegal with his shit. I always told, we found it online. We found his shit online. Okay, I think the website is down now that it's on, but I have his number up here. And encourage your viewers to file unsubstantiated fraud reports to the IRS. This not only violates the privacy interest of Mr. Taylor and Miss Brennan, but also increases the risk of identity theft and other forms of fraud. As a result, the disclosure of this information for this purpose likely violates Texas and federal law, which it doesn't. I've never made threats to David, ever. I've always said no violence because we would be sinking to David's level, right? David likes to fucking beat people and put his hands on people, and just he's a violent piece of shit. He is. David's violent. He just won't do it himself. He's too much of a little fucking bitch to do it himself. He'll send text messages, oh, go do this, go do this. But David, I don't see David ever like, not too much. He's gonna have somebody else do it because like, oh, well, it wasn't me, it was all them. I told them to do it. Well, okay. Well, thank you for telling us that, Mr. Taylor. Thank you for telling us that you were giving them orders. Thank you. Uncle Rico steps in the door. He's all, hey, Uncle Rico's here. Also, if you're using David Taylor's social security number to get a credit card, let me just tell you this. You're dumb as fuck, okay? Don't do it. you're stupid. I mean, I wouldn't want David's credit line. Fuck that, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. I've always said that this is for journal purposes only and IRS purposes only. I've never done anything illegal with David shit except pull his credit report and file fraud against him. That's it. And as far as pulling his credit report, that was a strike of fucking luck. Yeah, he's pretty much stolen everybody's fucking identity in the cult. No, and that's a fact. Like, he wants your, like, when you get there, you have to give over your passwords to your Facebook and just wait. That's going to come up in fucking trial. Guarantee. You do. They want your fucking social media accounts, your fucking phones, everything. They'll take phones, personal phones from people and make them delete shit, dude. Yeah, for real. Also, you have accused Mr. Taylor and KOGGC of running a cult, committing money laundering scheme, sex trafficking, tax fraud, and more. Man, I really can't see without my glasses. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. There we go. At the very least, your actions constitute defamation of character. I gotta use my readers. Let's see. Constitute defamation of character and possibly stalking under Texas law. Further, you're offering to sell t-shirts with Mr. Taylor's face on them, containing a threatening message stating Axe Michelle, referring to KOGGC employee Michelle Brennan. Numerous remedies are available to my client, including but not limited to preliminary and permanent injunctive relief, money damages, and possibly attorney fees for the cost of any actions that are taken against you. To avoid my client taking legal action, you should immediately cease and desist from your unlawful use and publication of threatening and false statements and remove all media containing such defamatory remarks. This letter is sent without prejudice to my client's rights and claims, all of which are expressly reserved. All future correspondence and communications to my client, including responses to this letter, should be directed to my attention at jraymond@winnersandking or winnersking.com and or Winners and King Incorporated, 2448 East 81st Street, Suite 5900, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74137. Sincerely yours, James B. Raymond. Frame that fucker right there. See? Nice little $2,000 check that David had to pay his lawyers to fucking send that shit for me. Fuckers. And all the other Christian content creators out there, like if you're out there doing like bringing in the bad shit to light, exposing these fucking frauds, which is just fine. They call them exposed videos. Well, yeah, we're exposing your fucking fraud and you guys are all pissed. Let me tell you something right here, right now, okay? Don't ever be fucking scared of a cease and desist, okay? Because your free speech is just the same as theirs. Not only that, but these people are public figures, okay? David, Michelle, all these fucking frauds you guys see online, they are public figures. If they don't like being fucking put on the internet, they should cease the fucking the bullshit. Daniel Adams, fucking Isaiah Saldivar, all of them. Hey, Octaloobs. Hey, what up, 292B? So, I want to be clear about this. Don't ever be threatened by a fucking law firm sending you a cease and desist trying to shut down your channel. You know what you do? You call them and you say, take me to court. Let's go. You tell them, let's go. Let's go to court. And I swear to God, they will never... They will
really invested really good. The banks.
They will never take you to court. The reason David didn't take me to court is because of where his ass is sitting right now. Hey, Separate Fire, Marines in the motherfucking Easy. We can open the fucking ship store now. Where's Uncle Jake at? All we need is a Navy. Oh, wait, Kim's in the house. Kim Chamberlain in the house. We can open the ship store. Dun, dun, my motherfucking Marines in the house. Put your crowns away too, guys, okay? Because Marines fucking love eating crowns. Oh, we got you, Soupy. Don't even trip. We got you. We got you. Don't even sweat it. Don't even sweat it. No, and this is something that I've learned in all this, Soupy, is they're scared of us. They are scared of us because They're a church. They're in the public eye. We can criticize all the fuck we want. If they're starting to act like assholes, guess what? We're going to watch you guys. We're going to document, and we're going to criticize. We're not criticize, but we're going to critique you on what you're doing. And honestly, that's what I've been called in this, is a critic. All right. By, what is it? Hey, Kim Chamberlain, what are you doing? And whether or not, I'm still trying to figure out if David's dumbass is going to bring me into this fucking case and be like, it was his fucking fault. Never paid for. Okay. All right. Y'all remember the movie prop rentals shit, right? Y'all remember that? Me and Uncle Jake did the back, fucking track that shit for a hot minute. Okay. Right here. Bam. Right there. All right. So I'd been working with Warren Smith on getting some of the information out, and he had emailed me after this all went down. I was like, I'm kind of mind blowing. Very nice man. And I had hit him up about this, and I was like, look, man, we need your help. And he had already done some bits on it. I was like, look, we're doing this. And I was like, will you print the stories if we send you all the evidence? He's like, yeah, I will. So I want to give a big shout out to Ministry Watch and Warren Smith for giving us a hand on this, man, because he wouldn't have done this had we not contacted him. All right. Ministry Watch, it's a database, and what these people do is they collect data about ministries that are doing shady shit, man, as they should. As they should, you guys. The churches are in the public eye. They take money from the public. They take money from some of the most fucking desperate people, all right, looking for hope, all right, desperate, looking for hope, maybe domestic abuse, drug abuse, living on the streets, home, who knows? Who knows? But these churches, they need to be fucking under a watchful eye of the government. And again, it's up to us, guys. It really is. We have to police this shit up. The IRS isn't doing their job. So this story was printed December 11th, 2023. There's multiple stories on Ministry Watch about David. And they talk a good bit about him. I mean, it goes all the way back. I mean, this was when we were tracking the movie prop rentals case. We were sending all the documents over to Ministry Watch. We're like, hey, sir, here's more documents. And of course, he had to make sure everything was legit, and he did. But this was all real, man. This is another one of David's big fucking lies right here that I hope they bring up in court, is this stupid fucking stage. Handle it, Daniela. Handle it. All right, so this is good stuff here. Again, for the second time or two. Yeah. So. All the shit, had David just stopped, man. We just told him to stop. Stop doing the shady shit with the money. Get in line. No, they didn't even finish paying off the fucking stage. It's amazing that no pastors out in the field are talking about this. They're probably ducking. I'm with you, Soupy. Yeah, I'm with you. Like a lot of pastors, I don't see Richard T. Jones coming to fucking rescue him. I don't see Paul White coming to rescue him. I don't see fucking Benny Hinn, Kenneth Copeland. They're like, hey, we don't even know that guy, actually. Who the fuck is he? Who's David Taylor? Hey, we're talking about it, though. And again, a church threatening a taxpayer, it's fucking laughable, okay? I swear to God, if anybody's ever threatened with a lawsuit from a church, come to me. I'll talk to you about it, okay? Come to me. I'll talk to you about it. If you're doing shady shit and you get busted, that's different. But if a church is threatening your free speech, come talk to me about it, okay? We'll have a nice long talk about how churches threaten free speech when it's the very same fucking free speech that we're allowed. And they do it with a threat of ruining you financially, legally, coming to take your house, whatever. It's that threat of fear, right? When I got that letter, I was like, man, fuck these guys. They're going to threaten me with this fucking letter. The fear I had was it showing up on the doorstep. But a church threatening free speech? Yep. It's laughable. That's why had David taken us to court, it would have been us too. It would have been us as a community. Had David taken us to court back in 2021, we would have been in federal court back then. You know what David didn't want? Discovery. Yeah, a bunch of dudes sitting on almost $1 million in gold bars, Michael Steven. $1 million in gold bars, bro, and they couldn't pay for the fucking stage. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Had all that money. He had the money to pay for it, and he was just too greedy to pay for it. This man is one of the most greediest pastors. Like everybody looking at the Black Jim Jones right here. He just didn't take his people down to Guyana, which is, we're really fortunate about that. But this is the Black Jim Jones right here. And I hope those survivors, man, if y'all are watching, this is the Black Jim Jones. He just didn't take it to the edge as far as Jim Jones did. But you're looking at, Jesus Christ. I mean, you could look up every fucking communist leader, every socialist leader, and David is a mix of pretty much everyone. His regime, like the prosecutor said, was a brutal regime. It was. When she said a brutal regime, I was like, yeah, it was. Yes, it was. Working people, then calling them fucking degenerates for not making enough money. That's a special type of piece of shit in my world. Yeah, no peace, lover, sound mind. Fear is the exact opposite. That's not a word. Yeah, exactly. You're right, the Frost Wolf. And that's what David was betting on with that fucking letter. Like, oh, it's going to really shut that Rich Holmes guy up. No, fuck that. You never threaten me, dude. Yeah, anytime people find out about David, it's never good, Soupy. Yeah. Soup's 5, yeah. It's never good. And this is where we all started too, Soup's 5, right here. We just started analyzing the speech, everything. Then we started digging into his tax records because we can actually, I filed and I actually received his application for KOGGC, I think. Yeah. So we could file and find out what information is on those applications, and we did. There's so much stuff we did behind the scenes that was legal. David can't even fuck with this. We know all his properties. We know all his tax IDs. The only things we didn't know is how much money he was sitting on. The bulletproof cars I didn't know about. None of us knew about the bulletproof cars. Cliff said he did. But I didn't know that shit, man. The gold bars. Fuck the gold bars. Tell me about the cell phones. I think it is. Like Dawn was saying the other night. Maybe something happened traumatic to David, whether in utero or when he was a child. And I'm very with that because you guys know we talk about mental health here. And if David suffered a traumatic injury and hasn't processed it, very well. Very well. Yeah, Soups. Joe's hiding. Hell yeah, he's hiding. Fuck yeah, he's hiding. Yeah. Yeah, he's hiding. Joseph's, because he got mentioned by the prosecutor, like, hey, even the people, there are multiple people that have been mentioned that have physically abused people here. Some of them are sitting right here in the court. Who do you think that was? Joseph, Kia? Who knows who else? Who knows who else, man? I definitely think insecurities. I think it's a big insecurity thing. I don't know, man. I wonder what his high school come up was like. High school drama? No, I don't know. I think Dawn was onto something. When we had Dawn on the other night, I think she was onto something talking about narcissistic personality disorder. You know, Among the Ashes, I'm with you. Yeah, what's up, Eli? What's up, bro? What you got, brother? I'm with you, Among the Ashes. Yep. Yeah, they're looking at Joseph's involvement. They're going to look at Paula Dom's involvement. I know some shit about Paul too, and Paul's a fucking piece of work, man. Okay, with the residential center, the lease to buy that was real. They had lawyers draw up contracts, okay? But David didn't want anybody to know where that house was because it's what's called the Streisand effect. And I'll show everybody real quick. It's called the Streisand effect, okay? We talk about these certain types of things when it comes to cults, okay? The Streisand effect it's a real term. Barbara Streisand tried to hide her house or came up on like, fuck it. Wasn't even that, no. Let's get to the real term. Here it is. No, hang on. Some guy was doing... Streisand effect describes a situation where an attempt to hide, remove, or censor information results in the unintended consequences of the effort instead of increasing public awareness of the information. My bad, Uncle Jake. The coin was termed 2005 by Mike Masnick after Barbara Streisand attempted to suppress the publication of photography by Kenneth Edelman showing her clifftop residence in Malibu, taken to document coastal erosion in California. So that guy was actually out there doing like work for geology, and she's like, oh, I don't want you guys showing me where my fucking home is. Sorry, it's public air, public space. You don't control that. So ultimately, it drew widespread attention to the previously obscure photograph. And the coin was termed 2005 by Mike Masnick of Tech Dirt after Streisand tried to suppress the publication of a photograph by Kenneth Edelman showing her clifftop residence. So Barbara Streisand got all fucking butthurt back in the day in 2005 because some guy who was documenting coastal erosion photographed her house, and she's like, you have to take that photo off the internet. That's my house. Fuck you don't. So it's called the Streisand effect, right? It's like the bigger the, like, what is it? The bigger the lie, the harder, the easier it is to tell, or some shit like that. So he wanted to hide that because there was a lot of money going on, Eli. Okay. David was trying to shield that. He didn't want people to know where the money was going, dude. He had just, look at it this way, okay? This is exactly how Rick Frazier told me it all went down. He's like, I asked David just to give Debbie back 10%. That was it. 10%, Rich. He was like, 10%. That's all I asked to give her back. And he said, don't be ridiculous. He's like, so I deposed him. It was that simple. It was that simple. He just wanted David to give back a little bit of money. He's like, just do the Christian thing. David, can you please give her back like 10%, 100,000 and some change. He's like, don't be ridiculous. So he's like, okay. Okay, I'm gonna depose you. You want more money? I'm deposing you. It was that simple. I think if we never saw the deposition, David never get caught. I think if David had given back the 10%, we would never have a deposition, but David's greedy, and all Rick asked him for was back 10%. Tithing amount, bro. They did... Dude, that house caused more problems than anything. I can't even... Exactly. You're suppressing the information, and you're actually drawing more attention to it by suppressing it precisely. Right? But how this... It is. We could call this the 10% effect. Absolutely. Fuck, the 10% effect. Yeah. The 10% effect. Yeah, absolutely. To give back 10%. Look what happened. Had he just given back 10%, we probably wouldn't have these depots, you guys. $100,000, $100,000, so Debbie could at least put away money. That just shows how greedy he was. And then he sits in this deposition acting like he's hot shit and he knows everything. David... If anybody's watching this and is wondering why the investigation exists, is because of David. Yep. David wanted the money. Exactly. $1 million. He wanted the money, and he probably had to show like, hey, I have the money. And everything David did was in cash because whoever had the bank accounts, They weren't in David's name. They were wiring money around through different bank accounts, you guys. They're going to open up wire fraud. I guarantee. I know for a fact. I've heard Cliff talk about it. I've talked to other survivors. They would withdraw money from the ministry account and then drop it in somebody else's account and go spend it. That way it didn't look like it came out of the ministry, but they're going to be able to track all that shit, man. They're going to be like, okay, they're going to have financial analysts. I would love to analyze these fucking bank records. Oh my God. I would work for free for the feds, man. If they said, hey, can you come help us analyze all these records? I'd be like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Give me some bank accounts, man. Give it to me. I would already know what to do. I think we all would. I'd go straight to work, man. Analyzing this shithead's records. It's like a fucking nocturnal emission. It would. And that Didell lady that's going to get to unfuck it. Oh my God. The lady that's going to come unfuck it. It's going to make her career. Something like this could make somebody like that could make their career. Think of this like, y'all saw, what was it? God, what was it? The one where they hunted Obama, right? Like that lady. Like that lady. Imagine going after one person, a person, like hunting one person for your entire career, right? What was her? I think her name was Jessica Chastain that played that fucking role. I hope these analysts have been on this for a while and they've been really digging deep into it and unfucking this, because it would, man, the financial mess he made. Hey, what's up, Lee Angle? How you doing? We're just doing an open chat right now. How David did try to sue me back in the day, and he's still trying to keep me locked up in the case with him somehow. And that's the thing. I've been told that Michelle's really not good with money. Yeah, they do, Kennedy, and that's what they're tracking down. Yeah, and Michelle, she's just a scammer. Michelle's a scammer. She knows how to get money scamming. That's it. Yeah, no, and that's the thing. How do you expect to buy Boeing campus? Yep, couldn't buy the Boeing campus? Yeah. The Boeing campus was a complete fucking that was a money grab. That was a money grab so he could send. That was a money grab so he could get more money into his cult. He wasn't going to be able to afford that fucking place. Yeah, right. There's no way. No, Michelle, not in good place right now. Yeah, she did. Yeah, Cliff did. Cliff did say that Michelle would spend all the money. Mm-hmm. Michelle would spend all the money, exactly. Hey, what's up, Oakland Maid? Welcome. But the only reason, again, David never came after me is because we would have got access to his records. And we couldn't, he didn't want that. He knew. Even one of the survivors told me, they're like, you're the only white person he couldn't control, and he fucking hated that. Oh, Michelle got whatever she wanted, dude. Michelle's silence, like, what Michelle got paid was to keep quiet. She got anything she fucking wanted, I bet. Anything she wanted, she got. So to bet that shit. So to bet. Anything Michelle wanted, she got, waited on her, hand and fucking foot. All she had to do was fucking text. Bam, fucking, I'll ring a little fucking bell. Ling, 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 fucking come serve me. No, Michelle's a fraud. That's all Michelle knows, you guys, is fraud. Facts. That's all she knows is how to be a fucking fraud. That's the only way she's ever made money is by committing fraud. Even with previous jobs, you guys. Previous jobs, fraud. Hey, Zella, you want to know what I think? Welcome to the community too. Hit that like and subscribe. Appreciate you being here. I think when David needed his pad changed, I just see him like right when it got dirty, he would just lay right wherever he was at and he would lay down like a baby and just put his legs up in the air with his fucking ass sticking out like he needed a change. And whoever found him first would change him. That's what I think. That's how lazy I think David was he would just lay there on the fucking floor and somebody would just come up and change his pad for him finally. People would probably walk by him a few times, but somebody would come up and change him eventually. Yep. Hang on. Oh, okay. Sounds like David. Okay, so on the Disney trip, it looks like David got on Michelle for spending too much on the Disney trip. He shut that right down. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, David's just a compulsive spender. He was pissed at Michelle for spending more money than he was. That's why he's like, hey, Michelle, you can't be spending that much money. Only I can do that. But again, you guys, this was a full racket. Yeah. Yeah. And we found out about that Disney trip too. If the survivors are watching, like how that all went down. We found out through Valerie and Cliff's testimony, like what happened, how Valerie left. And then David had like another woman come in right behind her. David's a fucking pig, man. And the prosecutor even said he's a sadist. He's a serial sadist. And the evidence will prove that. He does. No, Cliff said that. No, that's a fact. That's in one of the interviews buried. Yeah, it's buried in one of the interviews. Like Cliff said, they'd go parking lot pimping. Like David would get everybody up at 2 a.m. just to go drive so he could look at himself in the fucking windows. Like a legit egomaniac. David's a legit egomaniac to get up and go drive. Oh, let's go drive downtown and, I'm bump my praise and worship music. Oh, that's different. Yeah, that's a different story though, Danielle. Yeah, different. But yeah, to get up and go drive to look in the fucking windows. Yeah. I bet he ain't in love with himself anymore living in that fucking jail cell. I know, right? And Phil, I was thinking about that, man. Like, this is a unique individual, man. This is a unique personality. This is a unique individual. I call him a fucking specimen from time to time, but yes, this is a unique specimen. This is a very, very unique specimen. The way he evolved into this, man. He evolved into something very, very dangerous. And to the cult members who might still be in the cult, I'll tell you something. Just go home because the houses are going to get taken away. Okay? These houses will eventually get taken away. Who's going to pay the taxes on them? I mean, I could show you guys how much taxes are due. You guys going to keep working for David to pay all those taxes, keep up on the house payments? I mean, you guys are going to have to go out and get jobs. Then what? Everything's in the church's name. I'm sure some of you guys aren't on the fucking houses, so you're not going to be able to move in or anything like that. The HOA down in Florida, guess what? They're going to kick you guys the fuck out. You're right, Daniela. Not many people got the honor and praise that David did for so long. Exactly. David got praised and honored for fucking decades. That shit goes to the fucking head, man. Yeah, if he ever gets out, he'll be homeless too. But yeah, that ego being fucking pumped full of fucking pride all that time, I wouldn't be able to take it. I wouldn't. There's no way. Like this guy's a full fucking egomaniac. And he's not going to be able to play this fucking hustler in prison. There's no way. The prisoners will see right through his punk ass and be like, this guy's a fucking chump. Especially if he's saying, oh, I was a gangster in shootouts. Yeah, I could see him going to prison demanding worship. And all the prison like, fuck out of here. Give me your fucking muffin. Give me your muffin. Hit that like and subscribe too, man. If you're new, the phone line's open too if you want to call in. You guys always know that phone line's always open, man. Just no crazy fucking hours, okay? Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like David thinks he's a big baller and he's not. I mean, his own lawyers couldn't even fucking defend him. Winners and King right here. You see these shitheads? Right here. This is Winners and King, all right? This is who his lawyer mentioned in court saying, oh, these are great lawyers. No, the fuck they're not. They're fucking pieces of shit. No, he's not. He's not a big name in the charismatic world. I mean, he's got a petition already. Dude. This is funny. Let's see how many signatures. Let's take a peek here. Look, I think I started. Oh yeah, this is one of my old fucking change.orgs I started back in the day. Right here. This is one of the older ones, but hang on. Hang on, let's find it here. There it is, right there. I need a presidential pardon from Trump. They're probably paying to fucking get signatures. Like, we got to go ahead and pay to get signatures. But what's really funny about this, first of all, you have to admit guilt, and then you have to serve some time first. They just don't let people get out scot-free. You think so, Zella? But Michelle, Elizabeth J, dude, she's a fucking bitch. Michelle's not nice, but I could see her setting him up. But I think Michelle thinks she could throw him under the bus and get out and go take everything over while David sits in jail. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't think Trump's focused on blowing up fucking drug boats and shit right now. He's not focused on David. Yeah. Trump's all, who the fuck's David E. Taylor? They're probably all, you might like him, Mr. President. This guy wears maxi pads. You guys might fit in. I mean, you shit your pants, Mr. President. This guy, maybe you can learn a fucking trait from him. He'll give you some maxi pads so you don't have to have somebody fucking clean up your shitty underwear. Get quite a few signatures, but I think it's funny because they're not going to get one. Crystal Hudson, I don't know where they're at, man. I don't know. Hit that like, subscribe. Appreciate you guys being here. Phone line's open too. No, I don't talk politics. I fucking can't stand our government. Hey, thanks for the seed. Seed time. Seed time. Thank you for the seed. Toast McCracken. Appreciate you. Thank you. Toast McCracken. Appreciate you. You're right. He has to. And David ain't going to admit to shit because then that would admit to guilt. And he can't do that, right? Because David's never fucking wrong. So there's the first thing. David won't admit guilt, right? Toast McCracken. Hey, Toasts. Would David admit would David admit guilt? Michelle's evil. God speaks to me about her. They probably pay people for more signatures. Yeah, they're paying. They're like, hey, let's go ahead and pay for some more signatures. Petitions with 1,000+ supporters are 5 times more likely to win. Yeah, right. That's all bullshit. Yeah. He'll never admit to wrongdoing because that would admit to the plan B. That would admit to the forced labor. That would admit to the fucking money laundering. That would mean that he is indeed a fucking criminal. We all believed in the same thing here. Right or wrong, Crystal. It was never about politics or religion. It was about taking a lot of money from the fucking church. And this guy was just so fucking blatantly open with it that we had to. We're like, okay, wait a second. We all start right here. This is where we all started, was this fucking deposition. And we just dug a little bit deeper than everybody. And that's what it took. It took this entire community to do this. It did. It took all of us. There was so many people on the back end. Uncle Jake, we had Among the Ashes. The survivors that came forward. Fuck all the content we've done. If you're new to the channel, go listen to the survivor interviews, you guys. Those are the most powerful. They're fucking captivating. And to hear what this piece of shit did, fuck, man. Oh, yeah, hey, real quick. We ain't going to have a case in April, you guys. Expect David to sit in there for at least a year or two. This case ain't going to trial right now, dude. There's no way. Those April dates, they're just, hold that date right there. It's like a save the date for court. It's like a save the date for the wedding, only David's going to a fucking courthouse. Okay. So David, what they're doing to create fake emails so they can increase signatures. Yeah. They will. I'm with you there, Soups. Yeah. That would make sense, right? Create fake emails to get more signatures. Yeah. She is. No, Michelle's an evil bitch, dude. Play a survivor interview. Okay. All right. Let's take a peek here. Some of those are powerful, man.
Satan himself through David. Satan is. And so there's nothing but confusion there, man. And so as all these things just continue to play out over time, like 2016, we came out here to California, and I remember, before I came to the court, I knew I was supposed to be living out here, but I instead I went to the court. And so it was just like, and even before that time, I was still supposed to be out here, but I never made that move. And so when we were out here in 2016, it was like, man, I know I'm supposed to be out here, but I got to find out a way how to get here. And so like June of 2016, all the way until January 2018, I was plotting my escape. And so, like they say, if something ain't broke, don't try to fix it, right?
Okay, just a little bit of backstory on this exact clip. This is, I had asked Cliff, how did he plan his escape? And this is what he's telling us, okay? So that's the context to this. Cliff is telling us how he got out. I told you, bro. Dude, these Logitech cams, big dog, the best ever, bro. You got $100 to spend, just spend it, dude. Seriously. I'm with you, bro. The Logitechs are dope, bro. I got 3 of them. They're great. So yeah, this is the context of Cliff's. He's telling us how he escaped.
So what I did in 2013, the way I left from there was, I told David that, and I'm gonna bring this up too. So I told David that I was behind on child support, and that, initially I told him that so that he would pay us, give us some money. I was hoping that he'd be like, oh, okay, well, y'all are doing a lot of work. Let me help y'all. He never did that. So, okay, bet. A few months later, I came back to him. This time, I told Michelle, I said, hey, Michelle, can you let David know that I got a court date coming up, about this child support thing, man, and blah 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 blah. So long story short, I leave. I tell them I had to go handle some business for child support, which I didn't. I just needed to get out of there. I had to. I went back to Cleveland, back to my hometown, because I needed to regroup my mind. After this whole situation, living in an abandoned house,
And yeah, Cliff was living in an abandoned fucking house at one time, him and his wife, man, some fucked up shit.
I had to figure some things out, and get back right emotionally, mentally, spiritually, so that I can endure for my family at least, And so I was gone for like 6 or 7 months. So I went back, and when I went back, on my way back there, matter of fact, when I got that phone call, I seen Michelle's number, her name pop up. And so like my stomach started twisting and turning like y'all's do in the staff when y'all see her name pop up on your phone, or David's name pop up on your phone, or one of those leaders' names pop up on your phone. Because
Listen to the way he recalls it makes him feel. This is really important in this because this is the type of PTSD that it created. Like, listen to the way it made him feel.
that it's something coming from David, and you don't know exactly what's going to be said. And so it's an anxiety that hits you, man, any time of the day or the night. Once you see somebody's name from the cult pop up, your stomach start twisting and turning, man. It's a sick feeling, You start feeling nauseous, and that's how you know it's demonic as well. You know what I'm saying? Your spirit don't lie, man. And so I got this call from Michelle while I was in Cleveland, and she's like, "Hey, Cliff, all extra bubbly and buddy. So I knew it was some BS coming. So she's like, "Hey, Apostle said that he wants to know how's everything going, and blah 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 blah. He wants you to come back, and are you done handling your business?" And I wanted to say, no, I'm not coming back, but I still, during that time, I still had that fear of, if I leave from here, then I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be killed, and I'm gonna go to hell. So, of course, I went back, and I get back to St. Louis. But on that whole ride back, man, it was a long ride, but it went so fast because I was going back to a place I didn't want to be, a place that I knew was bad for me, bad for my family. But I believed the lies and the promises he had said through Michelle. Things have changed, living arrangements are different, blah 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 blah. And so so I said, okay, let me give it a shot. So once I'm there, of course, nothing has changed except more people live in St. Louis now. And so people are piling up in them houses. There was probably like 20 to 25 people in a house, living in the house at a time. These were regular size houses. And so during this time, even though I wasn't living in those houses with those people.
I'm always a big fan of the maxi pad prophecy. I'm always a big fan of that. Every time. Especially if you're new to the channel. Who's new to the channel that hasn't heard the maxi pad prophecy yet? Anybody?
Pride, reason why people would say.
Who's new? Who just got here and hasn't heard the maxi pad prophecy? Okay. To be clear about this too, this is a real thing that happened, all right? And this was, David did this. This was a manipulation tactic, okay? This was to push people's boundaries to see what he could get away with. Okay? Very important in this. And Cliff came out one night and told us this in an interview, and people think I'm crazy, but to me, this is some kind of data point. Like, we were talking trauma as a child. Was David wearing maxi pads at a result of a childhood trauma? Did something happen to him? That's why he started wearing maxi pads, because like he got, I don't know. I don't know. Like these are the conversations that nobody's really fucking having out here to find out why the way this man is the way he is. Oh, we all do, man. This was, dude, Bam Bookers, this was all of us, man. This was all of us. We're all fucking God's madmen after this one. Spit my soda across the room. Dude, I think we all did. We all did. But you guys, this was a manipulation tactic. This was a breakdown tactic to break down people's barriers. That's it. It's like David turned maybe a trauma response into a manipulation tactic. And that's dude, imagine that, right? If say David's trauma response was he started wearing maxi pads. Now he turned that response into a fucking manipulation tactics for his cult, man. I got death threats from David too. We can look at those if you guys want later before we wrap it up, or we could put the lobster on the camera. But we're kind of talking about David suing me, and he tried to. He tried to. He tried to come after the channel with his hard-hitting lawyers. I'll put him on the screen again. Winters and Associates right here. Okay, this is Winters and Associates. Don't do anything bad to him. Don't hurt him. No violence, never. I just want people to see their faces. Maybe you cross them in the street, tell them they're a piece of shit. Hey, that's okay. But no violence. No violence. These lawyers are fucking scumbags, and they represent scum, i.e. David E. Taylor. Okay? These people do represent David. YouTubers, if you're being threatened by a church and lawyers, don't ever let them fucking threaten your free speech, okay? You live in America. Our Constitution is much more fucking powerful than a law firm trying to shut you down, okay? Frame that fucker, because you know what? It just cost somebody a lot of money.
Up too. He's a slob too. He nasty like that too. But the only reason why people would say he's a man of excellence and he's clean and all that is because he got everybody else cleaning. But if it came down to David cleaning, it'd be a pig pen.
Really? So David probably don't even know how to wash his own asshole.
Doubt. Oh, no, he don't. No, he don't. You know that's why he has maxi pads, because he puts them in his underwear because he don't wipe.
No way.
That ain't no man. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, that ain't. Yeah, that's no lie. That's no lie.
No way, dude. Are you serious?
True story.
Bro?
True story.
He puts maxi pads. Hold on. David puts maxi pads in his fucking underwear because he don't wipe his own ass.
That's exactly what he does. That's exactly what he does. And I remember one of the women who he was involved with some years ago. She had
Sorry, I'm reading the chat, dude. Everybody's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
no, it's nasty.
He's not.
Maybe he can't reach, and I'm not laughing at that. We were at the time, but then you start thinking about it like what? The what ifs. Dude.
He's nasty like that. Yeah, one of the women that he was involved with.
Can he physically not wipe his ass, or is he just not do it because he's a dirty fuck?
I think he just dirty like that, man. I think he's just dirty like that. Because I mean, you 50, 51 years old. Why you not?
And that's the thing. If he can't, there's like devices you can get. There's like devices you can get. If he couldn't, okay, I get that. Totally. And I wouldn't like shoot him down for that. Okay, I get that. Maybe he couldn't. Or again, I don't know. Maybe he was lazy. I don't know.
Wiping your butt, man. You know what I'm saying? What sense did that make? You know, and then he like I said, a woman a woman he was involved with had came to the house, right? And you know how women do, they snoop around your things or whatever. And she's snooping around, and she said, she came to me and said, I knew David was cheating on me. I see pads under his sink. and I'm thinking to myself, like, man, he wearing these pads just like you, man. You know, he nasty like that, bro. And
got some Debo undies going on.
That's exactly. That's exactly what he got going on, man.
That's exactly what fucking went through
Yeah.
my head right now when you told me that. I figured that fucking Smokey picking up Demo's undies from fucking Friday with the shit end of the fucking straw, bro. Then fucking dropping them right on like Demo's face, bro.
That's him. That is him, man.
No
You know,
way.
yeah. And you know, that's the thing, like, that's why David, the stuff he get up and talk about is ineffective because it ain't true. What I'm saying is true about this punk. You know,
Hey, Captain Howdy, this is my favorite part right here. This is my favorite part. This is my favorite part. He stops mid-sentence. He stops mid-sentence right here, Cliff does. I love you, brother Cliff. This is, telling you, Cliff, this probably was one of my favoriteest parts because I picture David sitting here like this, right? No bullshit. I picture him sitting here in his like chair, right? And then he's got like multiple of his little fucking cronies like sitting there watching the interview and they're all standing around him. And then Cliff spits this out.
is ineffective because it ain't true. What I'm saying is true about this punk. You know, yeah, he got, hey, whoever with him right now.
Little giggle. What?
About this punk.
Listen, he's all, hey.
You know, yeah, he got, hey, whoever with him right now, ask him if he wearing a pad. Ask him if he wearing a pad. I guarantee you he is.
And then I just see all his little cult cronies looking down at him like, the fuck?
And if he ain't, his drawers is full of doo-doo. I'm telling you, man. He's sick like that. I mean, you got a healing ministry. I mean, if something's wrong with your bowels, Jesus can't heal that. What's wrong with you, man? What is wrong with you? I'm telling you, this guy got doo-doo stained drawers. He got, and it's so bad, right? He expects you to pick up after him.
Right there. He expects you to pick up after him. So what David does, takes off his shitty fucking underwear with a stinky ass maxi pad in it for his cult members to pick up after. That is a fucking abuse tactic. Either way, you fucking peel it, man. Oh, Zella, hey, I've been finding out that we were the talk of David a lot. We were the talk of David a lot, I found out kind of recently. That I made David red in the face quite a few times. Yeah. I'm David's. David's probably like, I'm going to blame everything on Rich Holmes. Oh, he already is, Zella. He already is blaming me. He's blaming me, Rick Frazier's, and the 8 other survivors. It's all everybody else's fault. True signs of a narcissist. Not only that, but to throw your shitty underwear down for people to pick up, that's also the true sign of a narcissist. You're breaking down people's fucking barriers and boundaries of what they'll do. If there's any cult survivors or cult members still watching this, okay? I mean, it's kind of good now that David's gone because now you're not subject to that kind of abuse. But let me tell you something. That was abuse, okay? That was abuse. Either way you peel it. The fact that David would do that and subject you guys to that kind of behavior is degrading. And no man should ever be doing that to any man unless you're like a medical. If he's got medical problems, okay, I get it. Then you have to, right? Okay. But hey, be good. Take a good one among the ashes. Thanks, brother. Among the ashes out. Appreciate you for being here tonight, man. Thanks, man. You too, bro. Tell the family hello, man. Tell the family hello. But yeah, what's the word? Right now we're talking about how David used leaving dirty maxi pads out in his underwear for his cult members to clean up. And listen.
And so, you know, he would have his drawers and stuff, and like I said, full of crap, stinking. And you know, he wants you to do his laundry for him. And so I'll, throw that stuff in the washer. I'm not about to scrub your doodle stains out your drawers, man. You know
Shitty
what I'm
Taylor.
saying? But
Shitty Taylor.
yeah, yeah, that's him. But there was a young man who came after me. I was still there during this time, but he also got in that position that I was in, and so he started washing David's underwear and things. And so David fat self gonna tell me, see, this is why you're so arrogant. He just got here and he's already washing my underwear. And I'm thinking he can have it. I'm not doing it. Call me arrogant, call me prideful, whatever. But what's that make you that you won't wash your own drawers?
Cliff brought it, and Cliff hit it right on spot here. A man calling another man arrogant for not picking up his shitty underwear. That's fucking arrogant as fuck. And Cliff hit it dead on. Talk about arrogance and prideful. You won't even wipe your fucking ass, dude. Dude won't even clean himself. And he's talking about arrogant and prideful when other people don't pick up his shitty underwear when he's able. Because David's able. I do believe David's able-bodied. I really do. I think he can fucking do shit, but he's just lazy. Yeah, Cliff was a security guard. Yep. Cliff was one of his armor bearers, but it's his security guard. It was a security guard. I've had that conversation with Cliff a few times about because people were looking for David. David pissed off some people, man. People were looking for David at one time. They wanted to hurt him. They wanted to hurt him bad. That's why Cliff was around. To protect David. Like, David would ultimately set Cliff up for failure. He would point the finger at Cliff on multiple occasions, saying Cliff was getting in his Facebook and talking to other dudes' wives when it was actually David. David was a real manipulative piece of shit, man.
How arrogant are you that you won't wipe your own butt? You clown. Don't never address nobody over this way about anything. And you full of crap. Literally. You liar.
Little sweaty doo-doo drips there, shitty Taylor. Apostle shitty Taylor.
Doodle crumbs in his bed, bro. Doodle crumbs,
He's got
man.
some little dingleberries popping out of his butthole. That's what a dingleberry is. A dingleberry is from when, in David's case, he doesn't wipe his ass, so there's no toilet paper. It's just little balls of shit, right? But a real dingleberry is it's disgusting. It literally is. It's like, dude, that's bad hygiene, man. Dude, when I was in the military, dude, sometimes I took 2-3 fucking showers a day because we got so fucking dirty. Right?
Yeah, David will not do that. And we know he sweat through his suits. Yeah, man, he's sick.
Doo-doo Taylor. I know the women, that's dirty. Like, the women are sleeping with them.
Man, I'm telling you. All right, for example, Michelle could stay over for the night before. They doing whatever they do. Well, Michelle got to be at the office at 8:30, so she's gonna leave a little bit earlier.
Yep.
Well, David's gonna get up. He might already be up when Michelle leaves, and if he is, he'll send a text down. Hey, come up to my room, straighten up my room. So what straighten up my room means is change his sheets, and sometimes he just nasty and he won't change the sheets. He'll just say brush them off or something like that, and then the next woman comes shortly after, and I've seen that countless times over the years. To the women that he say he love you, he don't love you. You sleeping in somebody else's juices, let alone that fat slobs. Somebody else's.
Yeah, prostitution's real.
Ask me how I know. I changed the sheets. And so
you know why these interviews are so they're priceless. Cliff, love you guys, man, for just fucking representing, dude. These are primary interviews. These are journalism wise, these are primary sources. This is what you would call a primary source. Okay. Cliff, Valerie, all the other survivors that haven't come forward yet. If you guys are approached by journalists in this, I want you to know Don't let them fucking shortchange you, okay? If you survivors are watching, because I guarantee you're going to get approached eventually about a documentary at some point, don't let anybody fuck you over. You take a fucking fat paycheck out of this and you make sure you get paid for it, okay? Make sure you get paid for your story if people are coming for you. Don't let these fucking social media moguls tell they don't have fucking money. Fuck them, they're loaded. Because it will happen. It will happen. I swear to God it will. It's going to fucking come. Just wait. You will get approached. And don't let these fuckers. Don't let them. Don't let them.
Sometimes I didn't, at his discretion. So, you know, that's what you laying in. That's what you laying in.
Dude, that's nasty.
It is. It is.
David, wash your fucking ass, dude. That's dirty, bro. Yeah, this is wild. This is. In some of the other interviews, Cliff said he'd be in bed, like just lay in bed for 2 or 3 days and not even clean himself. Like he would just fucking lay in bed like a sloth, man. Literally. And just get catered on and waited on. If he wanted to go out and drive the cars, he went out and drive the cars. All just dumb shit, man. This is the best, dude. Like, come on, David. Oh my God, imagine the fucking filth. Jake. Dude, we were in the military, bro. Come on, man. What was the one thing they teach you is cleanliness, dude. Hygiene. Keep your ass.
But he's a
clean.
general.
Yeah, he's a fucking general, all right. Fucking general fucking panty liner. Fuck, dude. This is some shit that I never. Yeah, that's like, dude, that really is. That's like going mentally disturbed, bro. Like, dude, David can't even wipe his own ass, so he's like, yeah, imagine that smell of fucking having shitty underwear laying around the fucking house, and David's like, oh, go wash my underwear.
Yeah, man. And I could see, you know what I'm saying, if David was elderly and as time went on, something happened to him, I get that. But it's been like that since I've known him. I've known him since he was 36 years old. He been wearing panty liners since he was 36. So ain't no telling how long he been like that. He just filthy, man. Ask them women. Ask them women. They'll tell you.
David.
They will tell you.
I like how Cliff says, they will tell you. And he's right. David's nasty.
Yep.
You're filthy, bro.
Very.
General Max E-Pad. We got a new member in the chat tonight, Rainbow 33, dude. He's been firing off some funny shit. So welcome to the chat, Rainbow 33. You guys, let me tell you something how memes are born. They're born with shit like this, okay? They're born with interviews, with content, things like this that are just out of the ordinary. The second that fired off, I'll never forget the chat that night. Unfortunately, I forgot to replay the chat. Maybe he didn't have potty training. Maybe he didn't. Danielle, yeah, maybe not. Who knows? Exactly. Who knows? Maybe he didn't. Yep. Maybe he didn't. But yeah, I'm with you. This is something I've been trying to process, a data point. He finished school. Yeah, he finished school. He finished high school. He was in band. So as far as him being a gangster, I mean, unless he was a gangster after band. Oh, could you imagine the fuck after 2 or 3 days, Kim? Like, you're in the military too, Kim. Like, they teach you fucking keep your ass clean, man. No, he made it through school. I don't think he made it all the way through fucking No, he did make it through culinary school. David did make it through culinary school, so there's that. But after that, he just went full-time scammer. He just I've been watching you, man. Welcome. This is Clifton Ware. He was mentioned in the deposition, and General Maxi Pad. Dude, this is honestly, this is crossing the lines into like mental health, bro. It was funny up until then, right? This is where I started fucking processing it. Like, okay, this is a mental health. There's something up. Like I addressed this the very first fucking time we heard it, right? Yes, we laughed about it, but something was seriously wrong here. I had a real concern about it too. I was like, whoa, wait a second though. We're crossing the lines into possible mental health conditions. Why does a man do this, right? Yeah, Kim. Yeah, ask Uncle Jake. He'll tell you too. He's a Navy puke. Yeah. Yeah, he's a squid. Uncle Jake's a squid. He'll tell you. Yeah, blanket party. Yep. Keep your ass clean. I'm Leanne. We're like 10 minutes after that. Like it was funny for the first 10 minutes, but then we're kicked over to mental health, right? Because that's something we always analyze here is mental health, right? What are some of the things we're hearing? They know he was wearing maxi pads. Okay, that's a problem because that's out of ordinary, typically.
The fact that a
Yeah.
man that old can't even sit back and wipe his own ass, dude.
Yeah, he won't do it. It ain't that he can't, he won't do it.
Why?
You know, and he got all that money, get a bidet at least. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, get a
If you
bidet.
that lazy to wipe your butt, get a bidet. He won't even do that. He's sick, man.
Damn, that's dirty. So he just fucking puts panty liners just to keep his fucking dirty ass from getting fucking skid marks and fucking shit in his drawers.
And I was laughing about this a couple weeks ago with somebody, man. You know, with the young man, right, who used to clean it for him. And so he was like, man, he said he had got so fed up at a certain point because he had gone to the bathroom and David would just have his dirty doodle stained drawers and pad laying right there on the floor, you know, expecting him to just come and pick it up, you know, and
You see what I mean? That was David. David was literally a fucking slob, and he wanted everybody to do everything for him at any time. David was like a literal fucking slave driver. Man. And I've seen a lot of comments like, man, how did this guy have control over a lot of people? He did. Not anymore, though. Just mostly the women. I think a lot of the dudes are starting to wake up. And if you're in the cult survivor, if men, are you listening, man? Look, get out, go find a nice woman and settle down, okay? I know that would be the most, I think after getting out first would be going and seeing your family, and your most other basic instinct would to be to find a woman because you guys have been so sexually deprived for so many years. That's going to be your next most basic instinct is to procreate. So dudes, get out. If you need help, we can get you guys help for free, or you can just go to the feds and get it from them for free because they're going to help you guys. You, for real, cult members, listen to me. Listen to me. And I know you guys don't fucking like me. You guys fucking hate me, and that's fine. I don't hate any of you guys. You guys have a complete free fucking reset at life right now. You don't even have to talk. Just tell them, hey, I need the help to get restarted. Like, I don't want to talk about what happened though, but I need help. They're going to help you guys. I swear to God, they're going to help you. They're going to help you with therapy. They're going to help you with a lot of shit. And most of y'all women that are in there still, you guys, I hate to call you victims, but you guys are being victimized. You guys are all in a domestic violent relationship, a domestic violence relationship with the same man, all at the same fucking time. Yeah, trauma, something. See, that's where I'm at, Zealous. Something happened with David for the maxi pad thing. But if that's the case, Zella, if that's the case, look at what he did. He turned it into a fucking manipulation fucking tool. He used it to break people down. That is, not that I'm thinking, I just was thinking about that here. To say that is a trauma response, right? Say that is a fucking trauma response. Look at what he did. He turned his trauma response into something to traumatize people. That's fucking calculation, man. That takes some fucking thought process too to do that. That does. To do that to somebody, to take, you know, Zella, I'm really starting to think now, trauma response, man. I am. That's just me. I'm not saying everybody else should, but to me, yes. Now that I'm thinking, what if that was like some kind of trauma response? If it is, loyalty, yeah, test loyalty. But even then, yeah, living in fear of David is not the way to live, Soups. Yeah, exactly. It's not the way to live. Loyalty, yeah, check loyalty. Because David's a sadist. We're Leanne, we're dealing with a very unique individual with a very unique set of fucking conditions mentally that haven't been diagnosed. Oh, we're for sure on dark triad here. I'm fucking for sure, dude. Not only that, but we're probably on some other conditions that might be new. Yeah, exactly. His trauma turned him into a narcissistic sociopath. Absolutely. Yep, he turned his trauma into a manipulation tool. That's calculated, man. That's calculated. That's super calculated to do something like that. And again, we don't know. We're just putting that theory out there. Is it possible? Fuck, 100% it's possible. Because if David had some sort of trauma that he never dealt with and he grew up with it and just compartmentalized it and just grew up with it in life and cultural misinformation associating wiping with homosexuality. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but then we heard from some of the women that David would also act really feminine around them too. Like David would wear women's deodorant. Yeah, Soups. That's where I'm at with it. It was, and Soups, what, like, but to, okay. Okay. Captain, how do you think he's just a piece of shit? See, I'm starting to lean more towards trauma now, though. I really am, because I had a talk with Dawn the other night. She's our group therapist, man. If anybody, if you're in what was it, Arizona and Virginia, and you need trauma therapy, I'll give you the number. Okay, let me know. You'll be totally protected by HIPAA. I can't even say shit. I can't even say shit because even though Dawn is our therapist, like, I can't fucking say, oh yeah, this person's gonna do it. No, I would protect everybody that needed the help. Okay, but we do want you to know that the help is there, and you will be fucking 100% protected. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ah man, I'm gonna wrap it up though. Let me go ahead and pull that video up real quick. We'll just play that clip real fast because I'm gonna play some fucking Fortnite tonight. Play some more Fortnite. Unlisted. Let me go and pull that up. Time fucking flies when you're having fun. All right. Yeah, here's a death threat. This was like, when I heard him use it towards other people, I was like, okay, he's using it towards other people.
I have watched God get people who fight Jesus. How you going to sit up? Well, I need to go get some better. I got to get advice. I don't know about David Taylor. I just saw this stuff on. You don't even know me.
He slept with his sister's Barbie dolls when he was young. Okay, so he was already developing sexual tendencies at a young age with his bar. Okay.
You won't even take time to get to know. And then some people do, and they've had visitations like that idiot. You are doomed if you fight me. Now we can be friends, Brother Cantaloupe, Sister Watermelon. We don't have to carry on like this. We don't have to fight. We can be friends. Why don't we find peace and love? But it's your choice. All I'm saying to you, I'm just trying to keep you from being doomed, because the Son of God has appeared to me. I already know what he's going to do to you. You got this other idiot, this faggot named Rich Holmes. God's telling me to call that punk by name. He's up here speaking all this evil against us, against me. on YouTube. You gonna die, Rich.
Yep. Renee Williams got a damn fine point. Trauma's no excuse. Trauma is no excuse to treat people like shit. Yeah, something happened. He was pissed.
God gonna kill you if you don't repent. Yeah, you'll be in a car accident somewhere. You just die. You listen, God will take your life in one day. You better repent. Remember, you're a chariot wheel under the red.
Look at him get all bug-eyed right here. Look at him watch.
Remember, you're a chariot wheel.
Look at how fucking bug-eyed he is. He's all, you a chariot wheel under the red seat of me. Oh, fucking bug-eyed are you. That's, you know what I found out, Ghost, recently? That's why he hated me.
Under the red seat of me. A lot of people follow, just few people are so deceived. They following that faggot. And I know he's controlled by Rick Frazier. He's a faggot too.
I pray to God they play this for the jury.
All these pedophiles and these homosexuals, this generation following these faggot men. You a pussy, Rich Holmes. And I'm going to say that's his real name. He called his name, whatever, he got that fake name. His real name is Rich Holmes. God gonna get you, faggot.
This is an apostle, everybody. I was so pissed.
I know Christians, they not used to me. I'm a general. I'm not no, you supposed to be a pastor. I'm not one of those prophets you can play with. I'm not one of those apostles you can play around with. You touch the wire, you die.
Rick Frazier's the one who put up the deposition about him.
You can't play around with face to face. You can't play around with a man who's this close to God. Am I perfect? No, I've made a lot of mistakes and I'll tell the whole world. How about that? They try to get out there and air and most of the stuff they be lying about. But some of the things I have made mistakes in the past about, and how dare they try to use sin? They think I'm a punk like these other pastors. I don't care what you bring up about me. I don't give a darn. I know one thing, God is with me, and he ain't with you. And he definitely is not going to side with you against me because I'm his friend and you not. Not like this, not on this level. He going to destroy you.
You know why he sits that way, Sean? Because he can't fucking breathe, dude. He's in poor health. Him switching side to side like that, it's because he's got so much visceral fat surrounding his internal organs, he can't fucking breathe, dude. He's in bad health.
And I'm saying this because I love my enemies and I want you to repent so you can have salvation and be preserved. That's the point. Listen, I love all of you. I've enjoyed this tonight, teaching you about time and space in the 5 elements. Oh, this is a wrong him and then kills herself. Where you think they went? To hell. I told him 20 years ago, I said, you're going to go to hell because God has already warned your end. And I don't care if it takes 20 years, God going to get you. Oh, this is a wrong prophet here. He always talking about God going to get people. God going to get you. I'm not one of those prophets you can play. It's me. When I tell you I see him, I see him.
I never said anything about this Rich Holmes guy.
Terrible what's going to happen to his life when he did this. Too. We are able to make mistakes too. Right in my life, I've made mistakes. But do not travel. Do not follow my enemies. You got doubts, go to God. He'll tell you. But do not travel. Do not follow my enemies. And I ain't here to grandstand. I just want to say, well, you are a bleeder. He gives the blood to live, being judged. this season. Away from it because you think you can say that. Oh God, do you think that too? You think you above them? He gonna get you too. You arrogant, prophetic people. You ain't nothing. You better get on your knees and you better repent because you know you ain't perfect and you know you have sin in your life. I love y'all. You take.
You can actually hear women in the background talking. He had women there with him. But yeah, that's a death threat video. Yeah, anybody want to fucking share it on their YouTube channel? Here you go. Here you go. There's the original link for it. Anybody want to share it with fucking news stations, whatever? I'm going to go and wrap it up because I'm going to play some fucking Fortnite. David, he did threaten to sue me. He failed fucking miserably. These were his lawyers, Wank and Associates, right here at the bottom of the screen. There's some weak ass fucking lawyers, and they fell through because they knew they didn't have a fucking leg to stand on with David's case. So y'all have a good night. Comments, questions, leave them in the comment section below. Any questions?